Welcome students to your English class. This is your English teacher, Mrs. Rebeka. We will look into grammar today and our topic is sentence. So let's get started. Sentence, if you open any book, you see sentences there, right? You have so many sentences. If you open maths, science, social, any books, you find sentences. So sentence is the basic unit of language, any language. A sentence is the basic unit of language which expresses complete thought. And the definition that you have been learning all the while is a sentence is a group of words that are put together to mean something, right? A sentence is a group of words that are put together to mean something, group of words. So if I take few words together, if I take is blue sky the, group of words, I've taken 4 words together. Does this 4 words making any sense here? What I said is blue sky the. So these 4 words, even though I've taken them together, I've put them together, it is not giving any thought, it is not giving any idea. That means these words should be put in a proper format to make a sentence. Every word in a sentence has a role to perform. Every word is related to the other verb to form the meaning in a sentence. So to understand better about sentences, we need to understand about the words, about the role of words in a sentence, the relation of each word with the other word in a sentence. So to understand that, we should know about the parts of speech. You have been learning about the parts of speech since your primary classes. So do you remember all the parts of speech? Some say 8, some say 9 and 10, all are right. How many parts of speech do you remember? Okay, so parts of speech are also referred to as the word class. They are referred to as the word class. Just to help you to remember these parts of speech, I have formed an acronym for you to remember. Pavan in cap is there on the screen. Pavan in cap. So who is this Pavan and what is cap? So each letter stands for the parts of speech. P, pronoun. A, article. V, verb. A, adjective. N, noun. Pavan. In, interjection. I've taken the first 2 letters, interjection. Pavan in cap. C, conjunction. A, adverb. P, preposition. Pavan in cap. So it might help you to remember all the 9 parts of speech. Okay, now we will look into each parts of speech here one by one. I will not go into detail. Now, why we should know about these parts of speech, I have told you earlier. And the parts of speech indicate how the word functions in a sentence, the meaning of each word in a sentence, and grammatically how it's correct. So I've taken the first part of speech as verb. Usually we take noun. We start with noun. But I've taken here with verb. Verbs are action words that tell us what happens in a sentence. So you have been learning about this verbs definition as action words, right? So a verb expresses physical action. Example, playing, singing, dancing, running, skipping, throwing. These are physical actions, and we also call them as main verbs, action verbs. Then you have mental actions like thinking, guessing, notice, wanting, wishing. These are mental verbs. And then you have state of being. State of being is exist, am, is, are. To be. The to be verb that forms is, are, am. And I've taught you several times in the class about it. Now, a verb is a word used to describe an action, state, or occurrence and forming the main part of the predicate of the sentence. So, we'll learn about the predicate later. Okay, and almost every sentence requires a verb. Verbs are words that show an action, occurrence, or state of being. State of being, like I am a teacher. So here am is the state of being, my state. I am a teacher. Verbs are the action words in a sentence that describe what the subject is doing. Also, it tells us what is taking place in a sentence. Right? So here we have learnt about the verbs. So verbs do three things. They express physical action, which we call as the main verbs. Any physical action. Okay. Mental actions. I told you to think, guess, want, wish, feel. These are mental actions. We don't see these actions. And then state of being. In this state of being, we also call them as helping verbs. Is, are, am, was, were, been, B-E-I-N-G, B-E-E-N, been. All these are helping verbs. So we have been learning about verbs. They are very important in a sentence. Okay, few examples. Action words. The cat sat by the window. The cat sat by the window. So here the verb, the action that the cat is doing is sitting, sat. The baby sleeps in the cradle. What is the action the baby doing? Sleeping. Next, they bought a new house. What is the action they are doing? Bought. Nancy baked an apple pie. What action is Nancy doing? Baking. So these are action verbs, action words that we find in a sentence. Sat, sleeps, bought, baked. These are action. Okay, I thought. So what are you doing? Oh, I thought to buy a new car. So here two verbs, thought and buy. So we find two verbs here. Okay, so a sentence can have more than one verb. A sentence can have more than one verb. And helping verb is necessary in every sentence. So verbs. This you have learnt and I hope you understood. Next part of speech is a noun. The definition that you have been learning about noun is, a noun is the name of a person, place, animal or thing. Okay, this is the definition that you have been learning. My teacher taught me the same definition. A noun is the name of a person, place, animal or thing. Right? So, a noun is the name of anything. So, Definition: a noun is a name of a person, place, animal, thing, or activity, or a quality or idea. An activity also has a name, a quality also has a name, or idea also has a name. Even these are nouns. So the main two parts of noun or groups, you can say, the two main groups are common nouns and proper nouns. Okay, common noun and proper nouns. Now, as you are sitting and watching me in your home, just look around your house and tell me what you can see. You cannot tell me, but just look around. In your, wherever you are sitting, there are a lot of items there in your house. Okay, there's a TV, sofa, your mobile in your hand, table, chair, pen, book. So all these are the list of the items that you can see around your house. Okay, and these are called as common nouns. These are all common. But specifically, if I take the name of my pen is Reynolds. Okay, Reynolds pen. So we write R as capital because it's the name of a specific company. Reynolds. Sony TV. TV, Sony, S we write capital because it is the name of a specific company. Okay, so these are the proper nouns. Proper noun is a specific name of a particular person, place, or thing. A proper noun always starts with a capital letter. Why? Because it denotes that it's a special name. Okay, so the name of our city is Bangalore. City is a common noun. So we don't write CITY as capital. C, we don't write capital. There are many cities, but there's only one Bangalore in Karnataka and India. So B comes as capital. It's the name of a specific city, right? So Samuel Public School, the name of a specific school. There are many schools. School, we don't write in capital because there are many schools. It's a common name. But Samuel Public School, S we write as capital, is a name. P, public, P capital, S capital, right? Because it's a specific name of a school. So this is a difference between common noun and proper noun. Proper nouns are the specific name of a particular person, particular thing, or place. Common nouns are general names, common names that we see around, and we don't write common nouns with a capital letter. Except if your sentence starts with a sentence starts with a common noun, you write the beginning letter as capital letter. Because whenever you start a sentence, you have to start with a capital letter. And a sentence always ends with a full stop or period. Okay, this is about nouns. Okay, so once again, a noun is a name of a person, place, animal, thing, or an idea or concept, activity, or quality. That is a noun. And noun often uses article that we will learn. Okay, I'll just have one more sentence here. The young girl brought me a very long letter from the teacher. Now, young girl. Girl is the name of a person, is a person. It's a common noun because there are many girls. Brought me a very long letter. Letter is something from the teacher. There are no specific names here, but girl, letter, teacher are all names of something. Okay, this is about noun. Let's move on to the next part of speech is pronoun. Noun, what we learn, the main two groups are common noun and proper nouns. But now the third part of speech I'm talking about is pronoun. A pronoun is a word used instead of noun. Okay, a pronoun is a word used instead of noun in a sentence. Pronouns help us not to repeat the name which is already used once in a sentence. So now the examples of pronouns are I, me, you, your, he, she, his, her, they, themselves, us, their, etc. Many. These are all the pronouns. So why we use pronouns? It helps us not to repeat the name which is already used once in a sentence. How it looks. If I say David and David's friends went to party, I'm repeating David's name again. And David is a noun, right? David and David's friends went to a party. So let me substitute David's, because first time I've used the word name David and David. Instead of saying and David's friend, let me use his. His is a pronoun. David and his friends went to a party. Now it sounds better? Yes. So pronoun is used instead of a noun. One more example I'll use. Rita is angry because Rita's mother scolded Rita. Rita is angry because Rita's mother scolded Rita. So instead of using Rita repeatedly, I'll substitute Rita with a pronoun. I will use Rita at the beginning and then I will use a pronoun instead of the name Rita. Rita is angry because her mother scolded her. So her is a pronoun. Some examples that I'll read about pronoun. You are my friend. You is a pronoun. My is a pronoun. She struck him on the nose. Can you figure out the pronouns here? Right, it's she, him. Sophia likes me, but not him. Not him. Me and him both are pronouns. He takes care of himself. He, himself are the pronouns. Right. Now let's move on to the next part of speech, which is an adjective. Adjective. What is an adjective? And adjectives are words that describe or modify a noun or a pronoun. The job of an adjective is to add meaning or to tell us more about a noun or a pronoun. Only noun and pronoun. So adjectives gives us some extra information about a noun or a pronoun. Okay, and they are usually placed before a noun many times, and sometimes not before the noun. They come at the end of a sentence. An adjective always answers these questions: what kind, how many, which one, how much. You ask these to a sentence, these questions to a sentence, and you get an adjective. Example: Shireen wore a beautiful dress. What kind of dress? A beautiful dress. So beautiful is an adjective. Second example: look at the tallest tree in that garden. Look at the tallest tree in that garden. Which tree? Which one? I'm asking this question to the sentence. Which tree? The tallest one. The tallest tree. The tallest is an adjective here. Nice girl, fat boy, tall boy, beautiful flower, ugly dress. All these are adjectives. Colors, blue sky. So these are adjectives, and you come across lots of them daily. Examples like red car, or beautiful, brave, careful, healthy, little, old, generous. All these are adjectives. Now, the next. So once more, an adjective always modifies or adds meaning to a noun or a pronoun. It tells us more about a noun or a pronoun. Okay, let's move on to the other adverbs. What are adverbs? Just as an adjective modifies a noun and a pronoun, adverbs modify verbs, adjectives, and other adverb. Okay, adverbs don't modify noun. That is a job of adjective. But an adverb is a word or words that modify a verb, an adjective, or another adjective, another adverb. Adjectives tells us something about a person or things. Person and things are noun, right? Adjectives tells us something about that person or thing, while adverbs tells us what way someone does something. Adverbs tells us in what way someone does something. An adverb always answers questions. How, where, how long, how often. These are the questions that an adverb answers. Once again, the questions that an adverb answers are when, where, how, why, under what conditions, to what degree, how, where, how long. These are the questions that you have to ask to find an adverb to a sentence. Now, Manoj drives carefully is an adjective. How is Manoj driving? Carefully. You ask this question. How is Manoj driving? How does Manoj drive? Carefully. So carefully is an adverb. And how to form an adverb? You have to take an adjective, add ly to it. Careful is an adjective plus ly becomes an adverb. Brisk plus ly, briskly. Soft plus ly, softly. This is the way to form an adverb. Now, I'll take two sentences here. Manoj is a careful driver. Manoj is a careful driver. Notice driver is a noun and careful is the word that tells us more about the driver. How is the driver? Careful. This is an adjective. But the next sentence, Manoj drives carefully. Drives here is an action verb. It's a verb. So, how is Manoj driving? How is the action taking place? Carefully. So, carefully is an adverb. An adverb tells us more about a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. Okay, there are some examples. The dog ran excitedly. Where is the verb here? Ran. Because adverb will always modify the verb. Ran is the verb And how did the dog run? Excitedly. Excited plus ly, excitedly. Got it? There are a few examples. He ran quickly. How did he run? Quickly. Quick plus ly, an adverb. She truthfully answered the police officer's questions. How did she answer? Truthfully. Truthful plus ly, truthfully. Pooja briskly walked to the library, eager to complete her homework. Pooja briskly walked to the library, eager to complete her homework. Brisk plus ly, briskly. How did Pooja walk? Briskly. Or is brisk? To walk fast. Tom is very tall. How is Tom? Tall. Very tall. How tall is Tom? Very tall. So very is an adverb. These are the examples of adverbs. I hope you understood the difference between an adverb and an adjective. An adjective modifies noun or pronoun. An adverb modifies verb, adjective, or another adverb. Adjective tells about the person or thing. Adverb tells what that person is doing, in what way that person is doing that action. Okay, so and we form adverb by adding ly to an adjective. Then the next part of speech is article. An article. Articles are the part of speech. Now, what are articles? Articles are used to indicate whether a noun in a sentence is specific or general. The role of an article in a sentence is to indicate whether a noun in a sentence is specific or general. That is the job done by an article. And you have three articles, if you remember, a and the. You have three articles, a and the. So a and an, general. We use it for general things. And the we use for specific. Okay. So a and the are the articles. So when you open your book or whenever you speak, you refer these articles, a and the. So there is a definite article, which is the. Indefinite articles, a and. So articles are very easy. Just three of the three words examples you have to remember. The next one, interjection. What is an interjection? An interjection is a word added to a sentence to convey an emotion or a sentiment. So why do we have interjection? An interjection is a word added to a sentence to convey an emotion or excitement. You express your emotion or excitement, such as surprise, disgust, joy, excitement, or enthusiasm. Now, interjection is always followed by an exclamation mark. Ouch! Exclamation mark. Oh my God! You exclaim something. Wow! Yikes! So these are interjections. So few sentences. Congrats! You finally won the match. So congrats is an interjection. Oh dear! I don't know what to do. Oh dear is followed by an exclamation mark, and oh dear is an interjection. Hooray! We are going to a picnic. Hooray! Excitement. You show an excitement. Hooray. So hooray follows with an exclamation mark, and it is an interjection. Wow, what a beautiful garden. Wow, what a beautiful scenery. Express a feeling. Okay, so wow is followed by an exclamation mark, and it is an interjection. Okay, and the next one, the ninth one, the ninth part of speech is preposition. Remember, these are not in an order. I have not put these parts of speech in an order. So preposition, last one. Now, if I say, I sat chair, does it make any sense? I sat chair. Something is missing there. I sat on a chair. He sat on the chair. So, on is a preposition here. Now, what is a preposition? Again, a preposition is a word used to link nouns, pronouns, or phrases to other words within a sentence. That's why we need preposition. They are usually short words and are normally placed in front of nouns. They are normally placed in front of nouns. That's what I told. If I say, I sat chair, I sat a chair, it doesn't make any sense. Something is missing. A preposition is important there. I sat on a chair. He sat on a chair. Now, you should put this preposition in a proper order. I don't say, I sat above the chair. So, where the preposition is needed or the right preposition, you have to write. There is some milk in the fridge. There is some milk in the fridge. In is the preposition here. She was hiding under the table. Under is a preposition. The book is on the table. On the table. On is a preposition. The table is a noun. Right? The book belongs to Anthony. To is the preposition here. to. Anthony is the noun. So to comes just before the noun. They were sitting by the tree. The tree is a noun, and you place a preposition just before the noun, by. Now preposition. Pre before position. So you position these words before nouns or pronouns, and that's why they are called as prepositions. They are very short words and they are important. Okay, so now we have finished learning about the 9 parts of speech, and you've seen how important each word is, and every word has a role to perform in a sentence. We just saw, he sat on the chair. Look at the sentence. He sat on the chair. He, it's a pronoun. Sat, verb. On, preposition. The, article. Chair, noun. And articles always come with nouns. They usually come with noun to tell whether that noun is specific or general. The chair. Okay. Take another sentence. She was hiding under the table. She, pronoun. Was, verb. Remember state of being? Was is a verb. It's a helping verb. Hiding, an action. Verb. Again, helping verb. Hiding is the main verb. Under, preposition. The, an article. And table is the noun. Okay, so you saw in the full sentence we have different parts of speech. All the parts of speech might not come together, but they are used in a sentence. We have finished reviewing about the parts of speech, the role of each word in a sentence. Now let's look at the definition of a sentence. A sentence is a group of words and expresses a complete thought that we have learnt earlier. A sentence has a subject and predicate, which we'll be learning in the next video. A sentence starts with a capital letter and ends with full stop or exclamation mark or a question mark. Okay, this is all about sentences, and I've given you enough meanings. If any doubt, you can ask me. Thank you very much for listening.